Hey guys, Josh here, and in this video I'm going to show you how we went from a 2014 MacBook Air to this PC right here behind me. So recently my youngest brother moved down to Florida, but before he left he wanted to build a gaming PC. Now at the time all he had was a MacBook Air, but he really wanted to get into gaming on a PC, and we all know how MacBook Airs are at gaming. He was able to run Rocket League and World of Tanks on it at the very lowest settings at like 720p, but we know that when he got into higher demanding games, that the MacBook Air was not going to be able to cut it. So he really wanted to build a gaming rig. Now, luckily, MacBooks hold their value pretty well, and I'm guessing that has to do with their very reliable workstation-grade components. So what we did is we sold the MacBook Air. We cleaned it up really well, took really nice photos of it, and then how we sold it is we posted it to a bunch of local Facebook garage sale sites. Within a couple hours, I was getting a handful of hits, and I sold it, and I actually sold it the next day for $600. I was asking $650, and I sold it for $600. Now with our newfound fortune, we went to Micro Center. Everything in this build is from Micro Center apart from the case. I chose Micro Center over like Amazon or eBay because everything is new, and it usually tends to have the lowest prices and really good deals and rebates. Plus they also price match Amazon and Newegg, and just going there is fun. So with our trip to Micro Center, we got a Gigabyte GA-H270 Gaming 3 motherboard. We really liked this motherboard just because it was plenty for what we needed, and it had a lot of cool LEDs on it. And for it being his first PC build and him not really knowing anything, we wanted to make it kind of look really cool. For the CPU, we went the Intel Kaby Lake Core i3 7100. It's clocked at 3.9 gigahertz. It's not a K SKU, so it's not overclockable. And for the cooler, we decided to keep with the just the stock cooler that comes with it. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but on a budget build, it definitely will do the trick here. For the RAM, we went with a single 8GB stick that is overclocked to 2400 gigahertz. For the power supply, I went with the EVGA 500 watt. It's pretty much the base power supply you can get, but for $42, I wasn't going to pass it up. It's brand new, it has more connections than we need, and it's still an EVGA brand. For the boot drive and storage, we just went with a 7200 RPM 1TB hard drive from Toshiba, which at $39.99 really couldn't beat it. For the graphics card, we went with the MSI 1050 Ti overclocked edition. This card, so far testing it, is just, it kind of blew me away. We got it for $130. It was a sale at Micro Center for $130, and yeah, it's just blown me away so far with all the testing I've done. It was between this and a 1060, but the 1060 it was in the price range was $200, and it was only 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I couldn't, the 3 gigabytes just wasn't enough, because I know 4 gigabytes was cutting it close even. So I went with the 1050 Ti that has 4 gigabytes of RAM. It obviously is clocked a little less, has less CUDA cores, but with that extra bit of RAM, I think is more important than that little bit of power you're gonna get. Also, for peripherals, he didn't have any mouse or keyboard, so we went with the simple $25 mouse keyboard combo kit and a $10 webcam for Skype calls. Now the grand total at Micro Center came out to be $563. That's amazing. That's almost $35 under what the $600 that we originally sold the MacBook Air for. Now we didn't want to spend any more money on components. We wanted to save that $35 to put towards shipping, because we still had to ship this thing from Minnesota all the way down to Florida, and I don't think that's going to be very cheap. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the case. Now before he left me an extra $100 because he wanted a really nice case, because when you think about it, the case is the part that can last a long time, and the case never really goes out of date. You know, they can add new features here and there, sure, but if you buy a really good case to begin with, that can last you a very long time. So he wanted me to spend a little extra on it. I was originally budgeting for like a $40, $50 case maximum, but he wanted me to spend a little extra on it. So I researched, and I found this case right here. I love Fantex. I have the Inthu Evolve ATX case. I love that case, and I trust the reliability, so I showed him this case and he loved it. He loved the tempered glass. It comes with the LED strip in the top that matches the LED underglow in the front, and the power button. So he loved this case, so we decided to spend a little extra on it, but a little extra only came out to $85 off Amazon shipped, with Prime free shipping. $85 from Amazon. So this whole entire rig came out to be about $650. So with an additional $50 of the selling point of his MacBook Air, he only spent $50 for this gaming rig. Now, he did have to buy the MacBook Air to begin with, sure, but he bought it for college. He needed a computer anyways, and now he's got an awesome gaming rig out of it.
Yeah.
So if you have a MacBook of some kind at home, polish it up, take some really nice photos of it, post it on your local Facebook garage sale site. I'm pretty sure every town and city in the country has a Facebook garage sale site. Just search it in the Facebook search bar and I'm sure it'll pop up for you. Post it on there for a reasonable price. Don't be ridiculous. $600 I think is a fair amount for a MacBook Air. And you never know what you're gonna get. So sell that on there, maybe put a little extra money towards it, and build yourself a gaming rig. But for now, I'm out of here. I'm gonna play some performance slideshows of what this little PC can do. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.